Dustman. Excuse me. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Just to start, 70, you won the second half 70-43. Defensive, obviously numbers were off the charts. You won the rebounding battle. I mean, just where do you start with what all you liked with how things went in the second half?
Well, the practice time over the last 2 weeks has helped us a lot. Practice time yesterday was very good. We got a lot of things done, and we just keep working at it. You know, it has to become a mindset, and we're doing some things offensively that are enhancing our defense. Like we gave up no points off turnovers in the second half today, and that helps your defense a lot. So we're doing some good things, and you know, you get on a little bit of a roll like this, you want to try to keep it going, and it's hard. These games are all hard. We were fortunate here. I mean, this is a nightmare scenario for Sacramento. I mean, third game in 4 days, and they're playing a team that's been resting for 2 days. You know, so yeah, you know, but everybody's gone through these stretches, and they're a bitch.
Ben Shepherd, we talked a lot about just the guys that were out and how much they changed the way that you guys play. Ben Shepherd comes in, he's 5 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 4 from 3. Obviously, some huge shots in there. Just how great has it been just to have him back, and how does he make a lot of other things kind of fit into place on both ends?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a very consistent, reliable system player that, you know, knows his job, embraces his job, and loves being part of the team.
Just what'd you like on the glass, especially in the second half? That obviously kind of was a key.
I didn't see the numbers. I guess we were +3 for the game. That's great. You know, look, Sabonis is, you know, impossible. They got 21 boards. I mean, you know, but Thomas Bryant gave us some nice help off the bench. You know, we were rebounding with 5 guys. There was one play, either late third or early fourth, where Mathurin went up over Sabonis and got a defensive rebound. It was a breathtaking play and a very big play at that moment. It was still a, you know, 10 or 11, 12-point game or 9, whatever it was. And that ignited a break, and I think we scored. So, you know, having everybody involved in the rebounding is key. In today's game, with all these missiles being launched from everywhere, you know, these long rebounds, they bounce out to 27, 28 feet all the time. And, you know, the perimeter guys got to be involved.
You mentioned just Sabonis being impossible. I mean, he's 8 of 22. Myles looked like he obviously fought him from the beginning to the end, as long as those two guys were in the game. Just what did you like about Myles specifically on the defensive end?
Yeah, look, Myles has experience with Belmont because, you know, those guys played together and against each other in practice and training camps many years, and he just knows how hard it is, and it's just a lot of it is just body position stuff, and you get one stop and he goes up off the glass and gets another rebound, and then if you stop him again, he'll go, like, he probably got, there was a couple times he got 2 or 3 of his own rebounds, you know, so but he's relentless. You know, he's a beast. That's why, you know, he's so respected throughout the league. But Myles did a very good job, and Myles also had a very efficient offensive night and very timely shots and baskets.
And just last one, Pascal obviously was, I think, 2 of 9 in the first. I think he made his first 4 or 5 shots in the second half. It seemed kind of a go-to option. That one goes for 19 and 10 again after the night he had another night against Phoenix. Again, he's been probably your most consistent player this year, but just down present was when
he's, you know, he's just he's been so good. You know, he plays with the starters, he plays with the second unit, and he really melds well with both of those groups. And so, you know, we get stuck in some situations late clock. He's a guy that can bail us out with creativity. He did it a couple times tonight, late clock, and you know, he's just, he can do anything offensively. He scores around the basket, he scores mid-range, he scores, you know, from 3, and he drives it and he handles in transition. So, you know, he's obviously super valuable to us.
Coach Kyle, TJ McConnell, I know he's ranked up pretty high, you know, shooting field goal percentage, but out of these 35 assists, he had 10 of them coming off the bench in 22 minutes to go along with his 12 points. So how important was that for him? And he's basically been doing that all season.
Yeah, like he's another very reliable, dependable guy off the bench for us. you know, he Obi and Shep last year in the playoffs were really good. I mean, they were really consistent. They played both ends very well. They complement each other. They complement when they're mixed with starters. And so tonight we needed TJ to play a few extra minutes because with the back-to-back, we didn't want to run Nemhard's minutes up too much. Unfortunately, we were able to avoid putting him back in the fourth quarter. That's Nemhard, that is.
Hi, Rick. Big picture question for you. Considering, you know, when you get to the conference finals, I think the only downside might be expectations go up, and then you all get off to the start that this maybe not what you were hoping for. How did the spirit of the group during that time hold together? Now you got 5 games of really good work, and then playing well enough that the road fans are booing, and it's a pretty dominant win. Just how have you assessed?
Well, we have great guys, and our guys have stuck together extremely well through the difficult times. The difficult times featured our young guys having to step into significantly greater levels of responsibility, and the schedule was very demanding, and it was tough. And so our veteran guys helped those guys. They nurtured them along. They were encouraging. You know, they never got down on those guys, and those guys have gotten better. You know, I'm talking about Matherin, I'm talking about Walker, I'm talking about Furphy. You know, those guys. And look, we had Quentin Jackson who started on 4 or 5 games. You know, and he's in Orlando playing in the showcase now. You know, so you know, there's going to be rocky times in an NBA season, and you know, you look around the league, and there's a lot of upheaval. There's a lot of teams that are struggling, and you see some finger pointing and things like that. And our guys haven't gone there, and you know, we just continue to talk about togetherness, a long season, and daily improvement. And you know, but tomorrow, you know, it's another, you know, ridiculously difficult game, back to back against a rested Warriors team who's coming off of a great win last night in Minnesota. So, you know, there's no bargains here at all.
Just the other day, JJ Redick was in that chair talking about